highest utility bill last year was $350, but you had it's down to $180 max. But if you were to take the hot tub out of it and the swimming pool, you know, I would expect utility bills around $150.
Hi, I'm Bo Smith with Cornerstone Home Lending in Madison, Mississippi at Keith's house, and Rick Eves with Hersco Energy Raiders, and we're actually talking about GEO Thermal in Madison, Mississippi at his home, and we had an opportunity to finance a GEO Thermal into this house. Tell me a little bit about the equipment, Keith.
A GEO Thermal unit is unlike a standard heat pump in that it is coupled with the ground. We utilize what's called a loop, or piping down into the ground that circulates water from the ground up into the unit. We go, you know, over 200 feet deep down in the ground where the temperature is real stable. That temperature in the ground is about the same temperature as you have your thermostat set year-round. So by coupling with the ground, a unit does not, an air conditioning or heating unit does not have to work near as hard in order to accomplish the heating and cooling that's required year-round. It will accept heat readily in the summer, which is another word for cooling, and it will surrender heat to your house when you need it. On a very cold winter's day, it runs very efficient. You got the heat when you need it. It's easy to get rid of when you want to get rid of it, and it is a good all-around heating and cooling option. Plus, we also have a connection from the geothermal equipment to the hot water heater. And what this does with a geothermal unit, instead of throwing all the heat away, which is cooling, instead of throwing it all the way down into the ground, we'll put some of that heat into your hot water heater. So you're getting free hot water while you cool your house. You get a 2-for-1 deal. This technology has been around for some time. It's just now catching on because of the green movement, and now that bankers and appraisers and contractors are recognizing its value, it's picking up a lot of speed. Geothermal technology is the only segment of the heating and air conditioning business that actually went up over the years while we had a recession, because more people are staying at home and want to put in the highest efficient unit that they can as they replace their equipment. It's a very popular option.
And using a loop system to heat the water for your hot water heater, do you notice any difference before or after, or is it relatively the same sense of how? Explain a little bit more about that.
Actually, it's better because when we did this, we included another tank, and that doubled the volume of hot water heat that we have. Twice as many. We went from 50 gallons to 100 gallons. So when you have a family of 4, that means a lot, especially if you have 2 girls like I have. You don't run out of hot water because of the extra capacity. And we're talking about 130 to 140 degree water. We're not talking about lukewarm water. You know, it's very comfortable, very reliable, and it also has a backup strip heater for the mild days. You know, you don't need heating and cooling every day. On those mild 70-degree days when it's not running, you still have hot water because you have backup heat. So I can't say that you have free hot water year-round, but it's pretty close.
So in short, you're using the system not only to heat and cool the house, but to also heat your hot water.
Correct.
And with that, and having 2 tanks to hold additional water, have you noticed a decrease in your gas bill as far as heating the hot water?
Well, actually, I took gas out.
Oh, wow.
When I can go all electric and only pay such fees with the electric utility company. So nothing against the service I had with the gas company. I just didn't see any need for 2 utilities when electricity does it all. Why the geothermal does it for free, and then you got a little bit of backup heat to do it. You can unhook. That's what I did. I threw out the gas meter.
Okay.
And it saved me money and another, you know, $20 to $25 a month that you did not see reflected on the utility bill because I no longer have a gas bill.
And to repeat that again, from my understanding, prior to the installation of this high energy efficient equipment of the GEO Thermal, your utility bills were running in high peak load season. That is with your swimming pool in your backyard, your hot tub, about close to $350. And that bill from the utility company is running no more between $170 and $180 a month during the high peak load seasons of the summertime, and as low as about $75, $78 in the mild season.
That is correct, and really it's more savings for the $20 I just told you about with the gas. My highest utility bill last year was $350, but you add $20 for the fees I had to pay gas, and I was using natural gas to heat my hot water. So that was really more like $370.
Okay.
I got this down to $180 max, but if you were to take the hot tub out of it and the swimming pool, you know, I would expect utility bills around $150. So that would be way down. You know, the hot tub kind of makes things deceptive. But I can do all those things, swimming pool, hot tubs, and other stuff, and I have my utility bill way under $200 and only have one utility to pay to.
Yes, right.
A new home, built right with very good insulation and taking care of all the leaks and the right windows and all this, they could expect utility bills way under $100. I've seen that. That's a fact. That is factual.
So with the high energy efficient equipment, the GEO Thermal that we got in this house, you were able to unplug from your gas meter, saving you additional $20 to $30 a month. And you're probably looking at an overall savings of about 45–50% on your utility bill year round.
That is correct, and some people even claim as high as 60 or 70, but I've been experiencing around half. That's true. Toward
the financing aspect, and when you and I came and approached each other, when you inquired with me, I should say, about this particular 203K and energy efficient mortgage, did you find the ease of use of the financing program to be just the same as it would on a regular mortgage, or any different when you refinanced or bought a home before?
It was no different. It was like refinancing.
Just like refinancing?
Like refinancing.
So we were just bringing contractors in the mix and an energy auditor to kind of make sure that what we were doing was cost effective and you agreed upon.
Correct.
And your wife got the new hardwood floors.
And she's happy too.
All right. And with that said, you even got back even a bigger, nice little present from Uncle Sam. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That is correct. First, I'd like to say that my utility bill savings offset my mortgage, increase in my mortgage for having this loan. But as a bonus, I got a check from Uncle Sam close to $8,900. And that is from the 30% tax credit.
Rick Eads, Hersco Energy Auditor and Home Inspector. And he was actually Energy Auditor on this particular home. And tell me a little bit about the functionality of this home prior to the installation of this equipment.
Well, we first did a complete energy rating on this house, and we saw that there was a lot of expenses and a lot of areas of improvement. Obviously the duct leakage, the equipment itself, windows that have been changed, and overall framing leakages. We tested the house with a blower door or depressurization system. Ductwork we tested with a blower door, or also, duct blaster, that pressurizes the ductwork. We did all of these activities to show where the improvement areas would be. Since we were going to replace the unit, that pretty much eliminated all of the duct leakage problems because new ductwork was installed with the new equipment. This brought his predicted cost of operations down by almost 50%. He was running someplace close to 9 cents a square foot average, and we were now bringing it down to roughly a nickel a square foot. And this is the energy savings that you can predict even before you get into the game of making the repairs. The tests were very easy to conduct. We have a fabricated door that we put in the front door of the house, and we depressurize the house. For the duct work, we actually put taping over the duct registers, the air diffusers, and then we pressurize the duct work, and from that we can measure any kind of leakage. The leakage is a cost waste. This is something that we go into everybody's house when we're doing this work. To pressurize the duct work, we will actually find the leakage, and this leakage is where you're really experiencing all of your waste costs for heating and cooling your house. In many cases, the duct leakage can almost pay for all the improvements because you're reducing energy bills. Now, again, you've been in the business for how many years? I've been doing this specific work since 1992.
And how long have you been a home inspector? 92 as well?
Since 92, yes.
Okay. And you predominantly probably do more home inspection than energy audits, at least in this market.
That is correct.
And tell me a little bit about when you're doing a home inspection, do you see a need of energy audits needed in this market?
Practically 100%. In fact, since I am one of the very few energy raters in this state, I incorporate an energy survey in my home inspections.
Oh, wow.
And with that energy survey, I'm able to point out to the resident, the person buying, and to the person selling, where the areas of air infiltration in the framing are occurring, and also where duct leakage is occurring. Many a time in the process of negotiations, we will document the locations of these leakages for the new home buyer to have a better running start on operating his house. And it's amazing how poorly HVAC systems, that's the heating, ventilating, and air conditioning systems, are maintained. Return air ducts are generally open to the attic. Also, they're usually full of dirt and debris, which is not good for you in indoor air quality. The equipment itself has usually been put together with cloth duct tape, or temporary duct tape. This hasn't been allowed by the code since 1992. So, in essence, a lot of cloth duct.
Why do you feel people in general, when they get a home inspection on a house, and we'll keep it short, don't feel the necessary importance of what you're talking about as far as making the house more energy efficient?
Well, it's almost an invisible task. I mean, air leakage, you don't see the air leakage. You will really see all of this when your energy bills come in. And I always tell my potential clients, the buyers, to get an actual copy of the energy bills for at least the last year, both gas and electric, so we can see what the performance of that house has been and how we can change that performance.
So in short, you're stating if someone is buying an existing home and can get access to the last 12 months of the gas and utility bill, that will be a better performance enhancement as far as how energy efficient you can make the house by.
Yes, we'll have a track record, and now we know what our improvements are doing for us.
And that does affect the total cost of homeownership of the house. Okay. Well, Rick, thanks again for your time. And remember, Hersco Energy Auditor. I'll give you the information on Rick at the short clip of this video. Thanks again, Rick. I'll actually have his information if you get in contact with me, or him, I should say. I'll have his information so you get in contact with Rick. And of course, I'll have some information how you get in contact with me. Again, my name is Bo Smith with Cornerstone Home Lending. Thank you again.
Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where